Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. And I'd like to take a few moments to share with you, if I may, on the crisis that's going on with the Catholic Church. You see, we have a lot of things that's going array in our societies today, and we have not been able to face the truth about why these things exist. And that's one of the purposes that I try to bring to you. Some truth, to give you something to face up to. We talk about the Catholic Church, and everyone knows the crisis it's caught up in. And for those who research history, they go back and they find that in an earlier time, the Catholic Church was known for selling indulgences, actually trying to sell people out of hell into heaven, and charging a fee from the relatives that love these ones so dear that they want them to go to heaven. This had at least led to the Protestant Reformation for those of us who follow such issues as this. And we think about what has been said, that God ordained the Bible, gave the information to men, and threatened to punish them in a very crucial way if they would change or alter anything that's being said in the Bible. And men who know that nothing that man has touched or anything that God has commanded him to do has he obeyed. He told them, when according to that Bible, when he came to earth, to act a certain way, and they refused to do it. Had them up in heaven, required to act a certain way, they refused to do it. And all of a sudden, right down here in the middle of nowhere, where all of the sin that we are familiar with, if certain things be called sin, happens. And all we have to do, you know, it's a strange message that somebody would teach the human race what they have taught them about God. It's a strange thing when people don't know God and profess to. When you think about the crusades that were fought, the killing of lives, the taking of lives, all in the name of religion. And here today, these who have said don't fornicate, all these kinds of things, do all of that which they say do not do themselves. And the people are looking, the world is looking, and people being as superficial as this cannot be bold and cannot stand up. They cannot dare speak the truth, for this truth will single them out as being special and different. And when they are investigated, as they will be found guilty of that which they have condemned. And so they dare not speak out. And those who have dared have been bad-mouthed, liberalized, and murdered, as an indication that it ain't being tolerated here. And yet, it is the man and woman and child's duty who have been converted, who have had their mind changed, to speak the truth in times when the truth is lacking so much. When they have held off and went along with so much, there comes a time when the truth must not be denied any longer. For if it is, those who are of knowledge are guilty. And so, I come to say, peace be unto us all in the name of God. And the thing that happened with the churches, with the Catholic churches and the preachers and the priests and all these things, they happen to people who are not taking care of business. So rather than stand up and speak to all government, to speak to all societies and all cultures, that poverty will not be tolerated anywhere amongst humankind. Oh, you say, well, what we going to do? You do what you got to do. You came up with some junk to abuse people, and by them not knowing any better, allowed you to do it. I got to kind of rush up now. I've got this little girl trying to get to go to school. And I thought I'd just take a few minutes to share with you about the church. And I don't want you to condemn the church. They are just men and people just like the rest of us. And they are not the only ones that have failed. They have all failed. They have failed God and they failed us because they did not teach us about God. But we still can't blame them, because here you are today receiving information about God that you will probably reject, because it calls on you to be real. There ain't nothing fake about God. And for you to be a child of God, can't nothing be fake about you. That doesn't mean that you're perfect, because we don't even know what perfection is. But we know one thing: we're justified in our activity. And our activity can stand under a microscope, because there is nothing to cause pain and suffering to anyone outside of that which will rob, steal, kill, and destroy. Now, I didn't mean to go this way, but I did. And so I want to thank you so very much for listening to what I have been able to say here. I don't know if I had any business saying it to you, but it was being said to me, and it was interesting enough for me to think that it might be important to you as well. So having said that, I'm going to leave it and talk to you more next time. Bye-bye.